Peace and welcome to a top 10 Sonic the Hedgehog trilogy themes. We have narrowed it down as best as we could. This was one of the more difficult top 10s to narrow down because Sonic 1, 2, and 3 all have very good soundtracks. So long story short, we will include a few honorable mentions, so let's get this underway. Our first honorable mention is from Sonic 2, Emerald Hill Zone. This theme kicks in during the first stage on Sonic 2, so if you have ever played this game, then you have heard this song. It brings back a lot of memories because this is the theme that I have heard the most in the game. Sonic 2 has no save feature, so unless you enter a stage select code, this is what you are greeted with. Its energetic vibe, mixed with its upbeat tempo, it's almost perfect for an intro stage. I really like the change-ups it contains. Our second honorable mention is again from Sonic 2, the boss theme. A great theme for a boss, it's a very busy beat full of many different sounds to give it a hectic feel. The drums are fast and it sets the tempo perfectly. Almost has a robotic feel, but that makes it fit the theme of the game. This one is an honorable mention because in my opinion, it's the second best boss theme of the three said games. And we have 10 other tracks we couldn't get rid of, but this one is still worth a mention. So now officially beginning our list, our number 10 slot is from Sonic 3, the staff credits. A bass-heavy song with some synths mixed over the top with some percussions joining in. You will only hear this after you beat the game. This theme does have a little bit of resemblance to Michael Jackson's Stranger in Moscow, and that's an entire story for another video. We won't get into all of that right now, but how can you talk about the Sonic 3 soundtrack and not mention MJ? Our number 9 theme is from Sonic 1, Starlight Zone. In a theme that gives off more of a lighter feel than most songs in the entire trilogy, I always look forward to making it to Starlight Zone just to hear this theme. The melody and chord progressions remind me of a dream sequence. The upbeat feeling of the theme makes the track a joy to listen to. 8 is from Sonic 1, The Final Zone. A strong theme, and it fits for a final stage. This could easily be the boss theme through the entire game, or any game for that matter. The composer did a masterful job covering up the Genesis twang. Some other games have themes that were composed by people that had no idea how to do that. But Masato Nakamura handled it like a pro. Lucky number 7 is from Sonic 3, Ice Cap Zone, Act 2. A theme that is very similar to Ice Cap Zone Act 1, but we chose Act 2 because of how it starts, the variations in the theme, and the fact Act 1 is basically included in this, plus more. For me, this is the most memorable theme in Sonic 3. Its unique bass line mixed with an interesting synthesized sound, it easily stands out. And in my opinion, this is the best track in the game. Number 6, Sonic 1, Green Hill Zone. One of the most popular themes in the entire Genesis catalog. Coming from the first stage of the first Sonic game, this track is a classic and easily one of the most recognizable themes on our list today, and maybe one of the most recognizable themes in all of video games. Another upbeat tune, this theme is a great introduction to Sonic. This theme mixed with the colorful stage of Green Hill Zone made me want to experience more of the game. I never used any stage select codes, so every time I play the game, I hear this theme, and I am never disappointed. Our number 5 selection is from Sonic 2, Aquatic Ruin Zone. A track that does make me think of water, it's a good fit for an aquatic ruin. One thing the composer Masato did a wonderful job of is matching the themes with the look and feel of the stages. We really like water stage themes around here, not necessarily the stage itself, but the music on water stages usually have a cool vibe. Maybe one day we will do a top 10 water stage themes, and you just might see and hear this one on that list. In at unlucky number 4, we have Sonic 1, Marble Zone. A smooth track with a slower tempo than a lot of the themes on the soundtrack, and maybe the cleanest sounding with the coolest vibe. Some beats have too much going on, so it just jumbles all together, but this is a track that doesn't use a lot of instruments, and it doesn't need them. Another track that reminds me of Michael Jackson, it almost reminds me of Smooth Criminal. I know the chord progression and melody are different, but it's just the feel. Maybe the composer was a big fan of MJ, so he was emulating him on the first couple of soundtracks before hiring him for parts of the third soundtrack. Our number 3 selection, Labyrinth Zone from Sonic 1. Like we said, we love water stage themes, and this one is no different. It has the feel of a water stage with its fluid and calming sense. That's one reason we liked water stage themes. They always have a nice smooth feel with almost a relaxing type of vibe. Once this beat starts to get going, it's straight out jams. For being one of the earlier themes on the console, it sounds like the composer had no learning curve at all when it comes to maxing out the capabilities. It's just a shame that he didn't show other composers how to do it, because some of the tracks on the console really lack the same quality. Number 2, from Sonic 1, the boss theme. Almost the perfect boss theme. Eggman himself couldn't have picked out a better track. And in my opinion, this is one of the most memorable boss themes of all time. The theme that put into motion my want for the console. When I was playing Sonic 1, I didn't own a Genesis, but after playing it, I left my friend's house with a new goal, and that was to own a Sega Genesis and Sonic the Hedgehog. As soon as you reach Eggman and this starts to play, you know exactly what time it is. It's time to defeat your arch rival. Top spot today comes from Sonic 2, Sky Chase Zone. A track that brings back a lot of memories for me, from living in Japan to enjoying this game every time I played it. Some games can make you frustrated for various reasons. Maybe the controls suck, or maybe the music sucks. But with Sonic 2, the music was the very last of my concerns. It was always good. It may be the most uplifting beat in the entire trilogy. It was a stage that gave you a moment of relief before the real challenge. The stage was easy enough for anyone to beat, and the music reflected that. Just sit back, enjoy, but get ready for the Eggman coming. So with our first Sonic episode coming to a close, I would like to add the composer only had 4 tracks to work with at once, meaning he could only have 4 sounds going on at the same time. He could have a bass line going with 2 chords and the melody. So considering the limitations, I think the soundtracks are a masterpiece, and I would place the first 2 soundtracks among the best on the Sega Genesis. There may be some that are just as good, but there are very few that are better. So anyways, from now until next time, I am ICC, thanks for watching, peace.